We must never allow that South Africa must be bullied by imperialist forces. America must never tell us what to do. The same United States, which is furious at being cut off from the riches of Burkina Faso, cannot tell us what to do. We stand with Captain Traoré. We stand with Traoré because we know that Traoré stands for the unity of Africa. We are Traoré, and Traoré is all of us. If they kill Traoré, you must know they would have created another wound in the continent of Africa. We must defend him the same way we defend the unity of Africa.
Hey there, Breakdown family. You know, what is happening in Burkina Faso is bigger than one country. It's bigger than one leader. It's about the future of Africa itself. We talked about the recent coup attempt that was launched against Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the young revolutionary leader who has electrified the continent with his bold stance on sovereignty, anti-imperialism, and African unity. But here's what's different this time. The people are fighting back. Across Burkina Faso, thousands flooded the streets, not against Traoré, but for him. And it didn't stop there. From Ghana to Nigeria, across the continent and the diaspora, the youth are storming the streets, speaking out on social media, and sending a clear message to the world. Not this time. Not this time will Africa's destiny be decided behind closed doors. Not this time will the dreams of a generation be stolen without a fight. And my people, the world is being forced to pay attention. Because for the first time in a long time, the continent is standing together, along with the Black diaspora, in one voice, and is saying, enough is enough. We've had it. Something big is happening, and we need to keep talking about it, paying attention. We need to stay awake, and we need to stay loud. So today on The Breakdown, we're unpacking how the world is reacting to this coup attempt against Africa's youngest and boldest leader, Ibrahim Traoré. What it reveals about a new era of African consciousness that's rising right before our eyes, and why the stakes for the future have never been higher. Now, before we dive in, I want to invite you to be a part of something bigger, because here at Planet Genius TV, we're building more than just a channel. We're creating a global home for Black stories that are told with truth, with intention, and yes, with power. And if that speaks to you, and I hope it does, hit subscribe, tap the bell, drop a super thanks, and consider joining our membership community, where you will get exclusive videos, behind the scenes conversations, and the chance to be a part of the dialogue that's shaping our future. This isn't just content, y'all. This is a movement. And I'd love for you to be a part of it. All right, now let's get into it. Okay, so let's quickly recap, because a lot has been happening. Dissident factions within Burkina Faso's armed forces recently attempted to overthrow the ruling junta, led by Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Now, the plot was reportedly orchestrated by high-ranking military officers dissatisfied with Traoré's leadership. And according to the government, it was a coordinated plan led by enemies inside and outside the country to destabilize the state and bring down the revolution. Burkina Faso Security Minister Mahamadou Sana said the plot was meant to culminate on Wednesday, April 16th, with a direct assault on the presidential palace. But the plan was intercepted by the country's intelligence services. Several officers were arrested, while others went into hiding. News of this attempted coup didn't just stay inside Burkina Faso. No, it sparked national demonstrations across the country, with citizens taken to the streets, not in fear, but in defense of Captain Traoré. And it didn't stop there. Across the continent, from Senegal to South Africa, young people began mobilizing too. Voices rose in Ghana, crowds gathered in Nigeria. The youth of Africa are standing up, and they're making it clear. This fight is bigger than borders. This is about all of us. It's about our future. And now there's talk of global protests being planned from the UK to the United States to the Caribbean, all rallying in support of Traoré and the people of Burkina Faso. Because, my people, what's happening in Burkina Faso is no longer just a national crisis. It's becoming a Pan-African movement, a diaspora moment. Now, the reactions on social media have been especially powerful to witness. Some have been deeply emotional. Some have been fierce. Some have been truly heartbreakingly raw. Young Africans speaking directly to the world, calling out hypocrisy, calling out injustice, calling out General Langley and the US generals who speak about Africa as if it's their chessboard. So today, I've handpicked a few of these voices because you need to hear how Africa and the diaspora are feeling about this moment. Because it's not just a reaction, it's a signal that the tide is turning. So I'm going to play a few of these voices for you, and then we're going to come back and have a real conversation. What happens if they succeed in removing Traoré? What happens if history repeats itself like it did with Nkrumah, with Sankara, with Lumumba, despite all of the outcry? Because, my people, we've seen this movie before, right? And we know how dangerous it is when Africa's brightest hopes are snatched away by foreign-backed hands. All right, now let's take a look.
This is how you know this is the greatest president they ever lived. They having a mega rally all over the world. Everybody is supporting Erupts Trio. You hear me? We gonna be live in Dallas City Hall on the 30th, man. I'm not playing with these people. Boy, I'm about to put on my red, my black, my green, and we about to take to the streets, and we gonna be the real ninjas that we supposed to be.
What happened in Libya to Gaddafi must never ever happen again to an African in Africa. Leave Captain Ibrahim alone. Leave Africa alone. I start with Burkina Faso. I start with Captain Ibrahim, and I start for Africa. We are Africans. We start for each other. Leave Captain Ibrahim alone. Leave Burkina Faso alone.
General Langley, I see that you are making waves on these social media streets, okay? Burkina Bay people have sent me to give you a message. They said they are very, very happy with Captain Ibrahim Traoré. They are very happy with him. They don't have a problem with him. They understand what you are trying to do, but they are very, very happy with Captain Ibrahim Traoré and what he's doing for them. So I thought that I would send you this message in case there was some misunderstanding. Captain Ibrahim Traoré also kind of understands why you threw him under the bus and it was you. Because when he took this mission to free his people, he knew that based on history and based on what the West have done to their leaders, including Thomas Sankara, he knew that they were going to send you. So we were aware that you were coming. I just want to give you a little tip and a little side note. It's not only Burkina Bay people that are happy for him. In fact, the whole of Africa have sent me. Yes, this is a very risky thing you are doing. Look, Africans are very, very happy with Ibrahim Traoré. To them, he's a hope of Africa. So I just thought that I would whisper this in your ear. That next time you go in front of your masters, I have a list of people that Africans have sent me to let you know that you can go after those people. But my brother, you know that in America, we are second-class citizens. Why you for do that? And Captain Ibrahim Traoré, you know, the system that makes us 3/4 of a human being. Say, you know what I'm talking about. The system that makes us 3/4 of a human being. The only way we'll get out of it is if Africa unites. Okay? Right now, the Sahel people have united. And as Africans in America, African Americans, Black Americans, our respect is tied to the freedom of Africa. So, my brother, make you not do that. Next time, please call Dr. Uma, Dr. Uma Johnson, before you take this mission. General Langley, since you have proximity to power, my African brothers and sisters have given me a list of people that they believe that you can go after. Next time you want to do kokonsan, next time you want to gossip, these 4 people, they are fair game. I am handing them on a silver platter. Go after them. They've given me permission. So the Ivory Coast president, who tried to take Ibrahim Traoré, that they said they are not happy with him. So if you want to go after anybody, go after them. And then, Paul Kagame too is alleged. This, I have to whisper these things. It's alleged that he's using M23 to harass Congo. So the youth are not happy with him, right? And he's in cahoots with Museveni. We are not happy with those people. And last but not least, Ruto is on the list. So these are the people that the youth have sent me. They've sent me to let you know that they are not happy with. Okay? But next time, don't do that. It's not good. It's not nice at all.
General Michael Langley of the United States Army is talking about arresting Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, our very own Captain Ibrahim Traoré, aka President of Africa. General Langley is talking about arresting President of Africa. Let me ask you this. Do you think General Langley has any jurisdictional powers to arrest a president of a different country? Do you think he has that power to arrest any president whatsoever in Africa? And let me ask you this also. What do you think would happen, right, if a Nigerian general, a general in the Nigerian army or South African army just wake up one day and say, you know what, I am going to arrest President Trump of the United States because President Trump is using the country's resources to protect himself and to protect his administration and to protect his own wealthy friends. I am going to arrest him. What do you think would happen if any general anywhere attempts to arrest President of the United States? What do you think would happen? While you're thinking about that, I would like you to watch this video here. Okay? Thank you. I will come back and ask you more questions. Thank you.
Most of you who are young like me, we were born into this system. But that's not what can allow Burkina to thrive. Because in this situation, there are only 2 cases. Either we accept to fight or we remain slaves forever. I told you once, there are those who are slaves in their minds. They can only serve their master. And those people try every time to manipulate you. You must advise each other. Because every situation can be exploited by these enemies of the nation to try to discourage you, to demotivate you. So, you must advise each other and not pay attention to certain remarks, even on some media. Not everyone is obliged to be patriotic. You are the first patriots. You have decided to defend the homeland. There is nothing better than that. Those who want to support you, let them support you. Those who want to discourage you through writings, you must close your ears and move forward. As for those, we will fight them here. So, we must remember something. Recently, there is a so-called NGO. It's not even an NGO. Because NGO stands for non-governmental organization. They are not non-governmental because they are funded by a federal budget, by a state. This so-called NGO produces reports claiming that the FDS and the VDP commit abuses. It went in here, it came out there. It's to tarnish your morale. It's to scare you, to prevent you from being able to fight. No. Moreover, we are going to file a complaint against this NGO because people need to understand something. What is happening to us here? It's true that they have manipulated part of our populations in the Sahel here, but they didn't have that kind of weaponry. What brought such significant weaponry into their ranks? It's Libya. Who destroyed Libya? It's this NGO, the same NGO that made false reports and gave them to those who wanted to create a rebellion so that people would intervene and overthrow Gaddafi. And the powder keg ended up being poured into the Sahel. These millions of lives that have been taken in the Sahel, we must file a complaint against this NGO because it is responsible for these false reports it made to support this thesis of attacking Libya. They have no moral lessons to give us.
Indeed, Captain, they have absolutely no moral lessons to teach us. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is passionate, he is knowledgeable, he is fit, and he's exactly the African leader we have been praying for all these years. Please, African leaders, please support him, protect him, please follow his footsteps, please speak with one voice, come together and speak with one voice against Westerners who are trying to colonize us again, who are trying to go into Africa and steal our resources, who are trying to divide us, who are trying to push us backwards. Please, 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 please. And to my fellow Africans, if we've not been paying attention, this is the time for us to pay attention and get involved.
Yo, why do they keep trying to kill this man? After now 20 failed assassination attempts on the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, I now know why they're calling him the most important black man on the planet. He answers the question, what would happen if Africa just thugged out, took its own resources by force, and distributed them equitably among their population without corruption? Well, he did that. And now they're mad about it. And now after just 2 years in charge, he's got a list of accomplishments that put other African leaders to shame. Dude literally stopped the export of Burkina Faso's gold to Europe. Increased productivity, taking Burkina Faso's GDP from 18.8 billion to 22.1 billion dollars. Then the dude banned French military exercises in Burkina Faso. Then he kicked out French media and French troops. Bro built new railroads, new highways. He invested in hundreds and hundreds of tractors for their farming capacity. He got brand new high quality seeds for the farmers to produce so that they can feed themselves. And he banned them weird ass British powdered wigs they be wearing in the parliament and court. He was like, no more of that. We African and that just looks strange on y'all. And now he's spearheading the alliance of the Sahel states between Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, because these are all formerly French colonized places. They speak French, and they just decided we gonna defend and protect ourselves, create a block, and trade with each other. Holla bad. Listen, this is leadership. So yeah, France acting like a jealous ex. Now that they see the one they abused doing good, they want to intervene with force. And here's how it plays into the greater picture. Because, in case you haven't noticed, the world profits from dirt, cheap African minerals. But if Burkina Faso and the Sahel states show that, number one, we can kick out colonizers, and number two, we gonna make y'all pay fair market prices for the resources within our dirt, that means that this might start a domino effect in Africa. Some are calling it the Ibrahim effect, and it's already taken place because young folks all over the continent is calling out for more leadership like Ibrahim Traoré. Low-key, us black Americans could use some more leadership like that too. African leadership and black American leadership suffered the same problem. The OG original leaders who really was about the people got killed off. Our Dr. King and Malcolm X got killed off. Their Patrice Lumumba and Thomas Sankara got killed off. And then a bunch of sellouts and greedy ass mooches and leeches have taken over and abused the people's finances and faith. And there needed to be somebody to stand on business actually for the people with brute force against the colonizer and benevolence with their own people. And that is the example that our brother is setting in Burkina Faso. This means that we could be turning over a new leaf as a people if we follow this man's example, because it's like, what is white supremacy really but an evolutionary force for those who have been subject to it to overcome? And so when you're talking about evolutionary forces, you have to ask yourself, what is this force trying to make me? And the faster you get to that end product, the faster that pressure dissolves. So like, why did Africa fall? It fell partially because of its openness, because we had a kind of like Dr. Kingian way of looking at the world, and that everybody's our brother and we want to be benevolent with folks. Well, that works with folks who have that consciousness. But if they don't have that consciousness, you have to adapt behavior necessary to meet the challenge to preserve your own life. That's what the Malcolm X's of the world were trying to teach us. But they got assassinated before they could adapt the philosophy into hard power. Some places of the continent, they did get really forceful military leaders, right? But then they went too far into the other direction and started exploiting and dominating their own people out of greed. Nah, the pendulum got to balance. You got to ride the center. You got to be Martin Luther King with your brother and Malcolm X to the other. So this brother, Ibrahim Traoré, steps up and he was like, let me learn the lessons from history in order to make me effective. I got to be benevolent with my people, but I got to be effectively militaristic enough to protect the beautiful thing that I'm building. And the sooner we get there, following this cat's example, humble yourself, be man enough to say I can learn from him, then the sooner that we get to where we need to be outside of this whole white supremacy dynamic. Because I don't know about you, but I'm done with that.
If you decided to be Russians, you don't know. We're fighting for the truth. We're fighting for the good life, for our future, for our families. So if you think that you are strong and you are brave, only you think you have sat down, you have made your inquiries, so you want to do something to Ibrahim Traoré, you are dealing with the whole Africa. And especially, you are dealing with Russian military. You are dealing with us, the Africans in the Russian military. I'm not afraid. That's why I'm doing this video. Trying to tell you that if you want to do something, think twice. Any country, I repeat myself, any country who tries again to try to blackmail any African country, you get prepared. You have to get prepared. So why do you want us to always suffer? You want Africans to always suffer. You want Africans to always suffer. Bad schools, bad road. But all of you, every time you want good life, it's not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen anymore. Africans are wise. We stand by Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traoré.
All right, man, let's get to it. So it looked like U.S. General Langley has landed in Africa, specifically in the country of the Ivory Coast. Now, it's been rumors spreading around that the government of the Ivory Coast has been in cahoots to get rid of Ibrahim Traoré. And it's been rumors that the last assassination attempt against Ibrahim was orchestrated by the government of the Ivory Coast. Now, this is the president of the Ivory Coast right here. His name is Alassane Ouattara, but I'm gonna call his ass Al the Goofy, because his ass a goofy. Al the Sambo, that's his name. Al the Sambo, man. That's what your name is now, man. So let's get to it. Now, as y'all can see, General Sambo is receiving an award, you know what I'm saying, from President Sambo of Ivory Coast. Now, as you can see, France and the United States and Ivory Coast have a real close relationship. So it's already been alleged that the last assassination attempt on Ibrahim Traoré was orchestrated by the Ivory Coast government. So as you can see, they are playing a big role in what's going on when it comes to this African situation and it comes to the, what's going on in the Sahel states. So it's allegedly going around that the Ivory Coast government, him right here, and the government, and General Sambo over here, they want to get rid of Ibrahim Traoré before June 20th. So this is something urgent they're trying to get it done as soon as possible before June 20th. So this shit is real, man. So I'm just gonna get straight to it. President Sambo, the president of Ivory Coast, you are a traitor to your race. You are a traitor to a black race. Now, I've been doing my research on you. Now, it's already been alleged, that you got installed as president by the French government. You're not a righteous leader. You're not nobody that people voted for. You are a puppet. You are a slave, to the French. You are a slave to France. You are a traitor, to the black race, and you make black people look bad all around the world. This is what I be saying when I say we have too many coons and Sambos amongst us. All because you want to line your pockets. But you are an enemy and a traitor to the black race. Now, it's going around that you involved in this assassination attempt against Ibrahim Traoré. I need all my black people all across the world. We need to blacklist the Ivory Coast. Don't travel to it. Don't travel to Ivory Coast. Don't spend no money at the Ivory Coast. Nothing. Anything that got anything to do with the Ivory Coast, we should want no business with it, until further notice. Because this Sambo right here is an enemy to the black race and an enemy to the true liberation of the African continent and black people all over the world. These type of people is in your way. We deal with this shit in America too. With black people in the Democratic Party and some black people, in the Republican Party. We deal with the same shit in black America too. These are your coons. These are your Sambos. These are your tethers. This man right here is a very dangerous man. And we need to keep all eyes on this dude right here, man. And also, they need to be blacklisted. The Ivory Coast need to be blacklisted until further notice. Nobody should be traveling to the Ivory Coast and spending their tourist money with them or anything of that nature. So keep your eye on this dude right here, man, and on the Ivory Coast. They playing a major role, in trying to get rid of the brother over there in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré. And also General Sambo, is over there in Ivory Coast trying to orchestrate something. So be watching very closely. Don't get it twisted for 1 second. Let's get it.
Oh, look what we got. We got another Sambo. We got another black man who's been put in front to take down another black man. Are we going to ever learn? Are we going to ever learn? Stop being Sambos. Stop doing shit just for money. You should be ashamed of yourself, Mr. General. People like you are the reason why we can't come up in this world. Because we got Sambos. We got people running. I's gonna do it, boss. I's gonna do whatever you say, boss. Lord, handle this Sambo.
So they're trying to Gaddafi Abraham Traoré. That's exactly what's going on right now in Burkina Faso. And one thing that I recognize is, Malcolm X stated that basically, they will hire someone someone who looks like us to take one of us out. And that's one of the most realest things I've ever heard. Just with the fact that that's all it is. That's all it is. It'll be the ones that look just like you. You get what I'm saying? There's no way in hell that anyone can get near him if there's not people that's close to him that would be selling him out. All that this man has done for his country, his people, giving them free education just currently, fixing agriculture, fixing their roads, fixing their military, giving the women and the men the freedom to wear the Birkenstyle clothing, fixing their GDP. He's done so much for their country, for people like France to be upset with the fact that Burkina Faso kicked France out. They've taken control of their currency and their gold. They're doing exactly what a leader who we all knew was trying to do the same shit. Gaddafi was trying to do the same shit. And we watched what happened with him. They watched what happened with him. So in support of what they're trying to do in South Africa, you know, in support of Burkina Faso, so many people will have to speak up to make sure that this does not happen to this young man. Because he's done so much for their country. And the fact that people are painting him, people like U.S. generals are painting this man to be a villain is fucking insane. It's insane. But it's something that no one is allowing to happen again.
This is the betrayer, the Judas among us here in Africa, the president of Ivory Coast, Ouattara. As you can see him with his wife, a French woman. Yes, he got married to a French woman, as you can see. And this lady is still the reason this man is still the president of Ivory Coast today. For 15 years, this man has been ruling Ivory Coast non-stop. And Western leaders are not calling him a dictator for ruling for 15 years straight. But they're after Ibrahim Traoré for just ruling for 2 years and they're already calling him a dictator. And he's using Burkina Faso gold to protect himself and his regime. And take a look at this ring. This US General, Michael Langley, and his soldiers are currently in Ivory Coast right now. What are they doing in Ivory Coast? You know, before, when Western leaders unalive Thomas Sankara through his close friend, they used Ivory Coast. They penetrated through Ivory Coast. And they unalive Thomas Sankara. Right now, they are still using Ivory Coast to get Ibrahim Traoré, which I know they will keep failing. You see, Ivory Coast always produce Judas. Here in Africa, take a look at what is happening. They are penetrating through Africa, which Burkina Faso government said this few days ago, that this coup attempt, assassination attempt on Ibrahim Traoré, they penetrated through the same Ivory Coast. And this UN general in Ivory Coast right now, he was the one that accused Ibrahim Traoré of using Burkina Faso gold to protect himself. That this is the time to take away Ibrahim Traoré. He told US Congress. You see what is happening right now. I still don't understand why African leaders are getting married to French ladies. See this man, the president of Guinea, Mamadou. He got married to a French lady, and some of us are still wondering why this man. He took power forcefully like Ibrahim Traoré, Assimi Goïta, and Abdulhamid Tiani. But how come they are not friends? He's not getting close to Ibrahim Traoré and others. Why? Because he got married to a French lady, and these French leaders, Western leaders, always force our leaders here in Africa to get married to their daughters so they can easily penetrate them, influence them. Take a look at this. In Ivory Coast, their president got married to a French lady, and French government are penetrating through them easily. Guinea right now, he got married to a French lady, and they are penetrating through him. French government are still influencing Guinea right now, and this is the reason these guys are not friends. Many of us are asking this question: why are they not friends? You can see the reason, because they are getting married to white women. French government always force them to get married to their daughters so they can easily penetrate them. You know, women, they have power. They can easily penetrate. See what is happening right now. It's high time we ban African leaders from getting married to white women. Our women are here. They can get married to our women. What happens to our women here? You see what is happening. Even Ali Bongo of Gabon. Yes. The former president of Gabon that ruled for more than 40 years. He got married to a white woman, an American woman. And they influenced, they penetrated through that woman. See what is happening right now here in Africa. You can see right now, this man is a Judas, a betrayer among us. Please, Ivory Coast youth, it's high time you guys get up. Get up. Tell your leaders they should stop. Nothing should happen to Ibrahim Traoré, because if anything happened to Ibrahim Traoré, na serious crisis, so na serious war we go see.
Every new bit of information I hear about the leader of Burkina Faso, Lord, Protect this man at all. I am praying for this. This man has entered my prayers and will not exit. Like, I am just in awe of him. He said child marriages, we're not doing that. No young babies marrying an old man. One of the leaders from one of the Arab countries offered to build 200 mosques in his country. He said, my people can pray anywhere, the same way the people of Gaza can still pray. He said, but what we do need is hospitals, schools. Like, I didn't know it was possible for an African leader to be this lit. Like, honestly, God protect that man. The nations need to stand behind him, support him, protect him at all costs, and learn from him, because you would think it would be impossible for an African leader to have such integrity, but he's shown that it is bloody possible, and I'm here for it. I'm praying for that man. That man is in my prayers, and I encourage you to put him in your prayers. So I support Burkina Faso, and I support Ibrahim, period.
Oh, they are mad now. Now we've heard that they want Burkina Faso's leader, Ibrahim Traoré, out. And AFRICOM General Langley is accusing Traoré's government of diverting Burkina Faso's gold reserves for personal security rather than the welfare of the people. Let's be honest, is it really the people they're worried about, or the sudden loss of access to West Africa's vault? Because for those of us paying attention to West Africa's glow-up knows that Captain Traoré's first move after claiming leadership was reclaiming Burkina Faso's sovereignty over its natural resources by revisiting old mining contracts and letting foreign investors know, whether in Australia, Europe, or North America, that if he didn't like the new terms, the door was right over there. See, he isn't acting alone. You got the Sahel Alliance going on. Obviously, the leader of Burkina Faso, Abdelrahman Chiani of Niger, and then you got Assimi Goïta of Mali, all making the same power moves, kicking out foreign bases, reclaiming their natural resources, building self-reliance. So why are foreign agencies laser focused on Ibrahim Traoré? It's because he is a young African leader influencing Africa's youth, which is the largest demographic on this planet, and that's a huge problem. He's not talking under the table. He's making it clear that Africa's poverty is manufactured, and it's resonating a lot with everybody, especially the youth who are fed up with how things are. And instead of him being a quiet leader in the corner, he's being seen as a symbol and a catalyst for revolutionary change. And that's the reason why they need to silence him by unnecessary means.
Whew, you felt that, didn't you? The raw emotion, the pride, the frustration, the anger, the determination. Across Africa and across the diaspora, the message is clear. The people are awake. The people are ready. And the people are refusing to be silent. But now, we have to have a real conversation. Because history has taught us something brutal. It's not enough for the people to rise. It's not enough for the streets to roar. If the systems of power move against you and you're not ready, they will erase everything you're fighting for. We've seen it before. Kwame Nkrumah, overthrown while fighting for African unity. Thomas Sankara, assassinated while building true independence. Patrice Lumumba, executed while defending Congo's sovereignty. Every time Africa has risen, foreign interests with local collaborators have moved to strike it down. And if they succeed in removing Traoré, it won't just be about Burkina Faso. It will be a message to every young African dreaming of a new future, a new possibility. It will be a message that says, don't even try. So we have to ask ourselves, what happens if they succeed? And more importantly, what must we do to make sure they don't? If they succeed in removing Traoré, it won't just be a political loss. It'll be a psychological attack on the hopes, the dreams, the spirit of an entire generation. It'll tell the youth who are marching today, who are risking everything, that sovereignty is a fantasy, that no matter how much you fight, the old forces will always find a way to tighten the chains. But here's the truth they fear, and the truth we have to hold on to, you and I. And that is that even if they succeed against a man, they cannot kill a movement. Because Traoré didn't create the spirit we're seeing rise across Africa today. He just helped light the fire. The hunger for freedom, the demand for dignity, the refusal to live on our knees. That's bigger than any one leader. But we have to be clear-eyed. This moment demands more than symbolism. It demands strategy. It demands unity. It demands that African nations, African youth, and African leaders start building real protections, economic independence, continental and diaspora solidarity, institutions that can't be toppled with one bullet or one press conference. Because if all we have is emotion, they will win. But if we build real power together, we win. If Africa comes together with African Americans, with Caribbeans, we win. If the diaspora comes together in this moment, we win. The fight for Africa's future is just beginning, y'all. And this time, we have to be ready for all of it. I'm ready. Are you ready? So my people, after watching this, I want to hear from you. If they succeed in removing Traoré, what do you think it will mean for Africa's future? And what do you believe Africa must do differently this time? Hey, and not just Africa, the diaspora rising. What must we do this time to protect our leaders, our resources, and our destiny? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I can't wait to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this show, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell. Hey, drop a super thanks to support our channel. And I'd also love to invite you to join our growing membership community where we take this conversation even further. That's it for today's show. Thanks so much for staying with me. I'm Sandra Babu-Boateng. And until next time, you take care. Hey you! Thanks so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe and join the family. Also, visit face2faceafrica.com for your daily news and updates on what's going on within the global Black community so you can stay informed.